This is the story of a man whose ambition remade a republic, only to be consumed by the very power he craved. The tale of Julius Caesar, a name that echoes through eternity. He stood in the heart of Rome, surrounded by men he called colleagues, friends. Daggers, once concealed, now gleamed in the light of the Senate House. His eyes, searching for an ally, found only assassins. And then they met the gaze of a man he loved like a son, Marcus Junius Brutus. In that moment of ultimate betrayal, the most powerful man in Rome knew his end had come. The world held its breath on the Ides of March. But to understand the fall, we must first witness the rise. Gaius Julius Caesar was born into an old patrician family, yet his ambition burned with the fire of a revolution. He possessed a charisma that was almost supernatural, a voice that could sway the Roman mob like a tide. Early in his political career, he climbed to the cursus honorum, the ladder of Roman offices, charming the public with grand spectacles and promises of a brighter future. He formed the First Triumvirate, an alliance with the powerful Pompey and the wealthy Crassus, a pact that bent the Republic to their will and set the stage for his meteoric ascent. True power, however, was forged not in the forums of Rome, but on the battlefields of Gaul. For nearly a decade, Caesar led his legions through brutal, relentless campaigns. He was a military genius, sharing the hardships of his men, inspiring unwavering loyalty. He pushed the boundaries of the known world, his legions marching under foreign skies, their eagle standards casting long shadows over conquered lands. After a decisive victory, his message back to the Senate was a testament to his confidence and efficiency. Veni, vidi, vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. His fame and wealth grew to legendary proportions, and in Rome, fear began to fester. The Senate, led by his former ally Pompey, demanded he disband his army. Caesar faced a choice: obey and face political ruin, or defy the Republic and plunge it into civil war. Standing before a small river called the Rubicon, the legal boundary of his province, he made his fateful decision. "The die is cast," he declared, leading his 13th Legion across its banks. The civil war that followed was swift and brutal, ending with Caesar as the undisputed master of Rome. He was declared Dictator Perpetuo, dictator for life. He enacted popular reforms, reorganizing the calendar and granting citizenship to many. Yet his accumulation of power felt distinctly monarchical to the old guard. In the hallowed halls of the Senate, shadows gathered. A conspiracy, born of fear and republican zeal, took shape. Senators who once lauded him now sharpened their daggers, convincing themselves that tyranny must be met with blood. On the Ides of March, 44 BC, they lured him to a meeting. The carefully planned attack was a storm of violence. He fought back until he saw Brutus, dagger raised, with the final, heartbreaking words, "Et tu, Brute." You too, Brutus. Caesar fell at the base of his rival Pompey's statue, his lifeblood staining the Senate floor. His death was not the salvation of the Republic, but its death knell. Chaos erupted in the streets of Rome, leading to another round of brutal civil wars. From the ashes of the Republic, a new order would emerge. Caesar's adopted son, Octavian, would finish what his father started, becoming Augustus, the first Roman emperor. The fall of Caesar marked the end of an era, a bloody transition that saw a republic crumble and an empire rise in its place. The legacy of Julius Caesar is a timeless lesson that the path to absolute power is often paved with betrayal, and even the greatest men can be brought down by the fear they inspire.